Hey everyone! If you're excited to watch the hit movie Zombieland, double tap in English, make sure to like this video. And if you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. In today's video, we're diving into everything you need to know about the movie Zombieland, double tap. We'll cover what the movie is about, where you can watch it, and share some interesting facts along the way. I'll also give you details about which streaming platforms or TV channels the movie is available on. We'll discuss all the key areas including the technical aspects, music, pre-production, filming, and post-production. Plus, we'll talk about the movie's budget, box office performance, and much more. I'll also give you a quick review of the storyline and share my thoughts on the performances of the cast and the characters they portray. From the storyline to the star cast, we've got it all covered. So, I encourage you to watch this video all the way through. Let's get started. Zombieland, Double Tap, the long-awaited sequel to the cult classic Zombieland, 2009, continues the story of a ragtag group of survivors navigating a post-apocalyptic zombie-infested America. Directed by Ruben Fleischer, the film is a blend of dark comedy, action, and heartfelt moments wrapped up in a humorous, self-aware narrative. Breaking down its components reveals a multifaceted exploration of personal growth, relationships, and the challenges of survival in an absurd world. Plot synopsis: set 10 years after the original film, Zombieland, Double Tap follows the original quartet Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, as they navigate their new lives in a makeshift family unit. The film's plot centers around Little Rock's desire for independence, leading her to leave the group in search of a place where she can have a normal life. This combination of adventure and the internal conflicts the characters face drives the narrative forward. Character analysis: Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson. Tallahassee stands as the embodiment of survivalist bravado, but in Double Tap, he undergoes a nuanced exploration of grief and fatherhood. His over-the-top persona masks deeper vulnerabilities, particularly his attachment to Little Rock, whom he views as a surrogate daughter. Harrelson's performance oscillates between comedic arrogance and profound tenderness, showcasing a character who allows love into his hardened exterior. Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg. Columbus represents the everyman, embodying a mix of insecurity and introspection. In this sequel, he confronts his fear of vulnerability, particularly in his relationship with Wichita. Columbus's character arc highlights the struggle between his instinctual survival strategies and the desire for emotional connection. Eisenberg skillfully navigates these conflicting emotions, providing a relatable, albeit neurotic, lens through which to view the chaos of their world. Wichita, Emma Stone. Stone's portrayal of Wichita is a layered performance that balances tough girl bravado with moments of vulnerability. Distant at first, she gradually allows herself to embrace love and commitment. Her growth is evident in her evolving relationship with Columbus. Their banter shifts from playful antagonism to genuine affection, illustrating the importance of finding companionship even in dire circumstances. Little Rock, Abigail Breslin. Little Rock's transition from a child to a young adult grappling with issues of independence and identity frames much of the film's emotional core. Her desire for personal autonomy drives the plot but also illustrates the generational divide in coping with the post-apocalyptic reality. Breslin adds depth to this characterization, showing Little Rock's struggle to maintain childhood innocence while yearning for adult experiences. New characters: the introduction of new characters, including Madison, Zoe Deutsch, adds a fresh dynamic to the story. Madison serves as a foil to Wichita. Her naive optimism starkly contrasts with the experienced trio. Deutsch's comedic timing and physicality highlight the absurdity of their situation, driving home the film's themes of survival and camaraderie in unconventional circumstances. Additionally, the character of Albuquerque, Luke Wilson, offers a humorous take on the cool survivor stereotype, further enriching the film's exploration of identity within the apocalypse. Themes: family and connection at its heart. Zombieland, Double Tap is about the importance of family, both biological and chosen. The characters grapple with their relationships, moving from isolation to interdependence. The film emphasizes that survival is not merely about physical endurance but also emotional resilience and connection, underscored by the characters' realizations that they need each other for true survival. Identity and growth: each character's journey represents a search for identity amid chaos. The ambiguity of self-discovery in a post-apocalyptic world is explored through Little Rock's quest for independence and Columbus's struggle to reconcile his survivalist instincts with his desire for intimacy. The film cleverly parodies various archetypes of young adulthood while simultaneously celebrating personal growth. Humor and darkness: the film retains its predecessor's signature dark humor, utilizing it to highlight the absurdity of their circumstances. By contrasting comedic scenarios with the terrifying backdrop of a zombie apocalypse, the filmmakers successfully navigate the thin line between horror and comedy, revealing how laughter can serve as a coping mechanism in dire situations. The Passage of Time. The sequel deftly addresses the passage of time, illustrating how the characters have evolved in the post-apocalyptic landscape. Their initial camaraderie faces trials as they mature, reflecting on their past and how experiences shape them. This theme is poignantly encapsulated in the idea that while society may have crumbled, personal connections can flourish. Cultural impact. Released a decade after its predecessor, Zombieland, Double Tap had to contend with not just expectations from fans but also a changed cultural landscape regarding zombie media. Since 2009, the genre has become saturated with shows like The Walking Dead and films like World War Z. The sequel's self-awareness of audience expectations and pop culture references such as commentary on gun ownership, nostalgia for simpler times, and the evolution of the zombie trope position it as a commentary on both the genre and the societal questions it raises. Cinematic elements. Direction and tone. Ruben Fleischer's directorial style in Double Tap maintains the irreverent tone of the original film while incorporating modern filmmaking techniques. The pacing balances action and character development effectively, moving seamlessly between high-stakes moments and comedic relief. Visual style. The film's visual palette contrasts the bleakness of a zombie apocalypse with vibrant, almost cartoonish colors that heighten the humor. Quick cuts and stylized sequences, especially in action scenes, enhance the film's kinetic energy and align with its comedic tone. Soundtrack and score. The soundtrack features an eclectic mix of contemporary tracks, enhancing the film's comedic moments while evoking nostalgia. The use of music as a narrative device further underscores character motivations, particularly during pivotal scenes that highlight emotional transitions. Conclusion. Zombieland, Double Tap successfully reclaims its place in the cultural conversation surrounding the zombie genre while simultaneously evolving its characters into more complex, relatable figures. The film's blend of humor, action, and emotional depth resonates with both returning fans and new audiences, delivering a thoughtful examination of survival, identity, and the ever-complex notion of family. By recognizing the inherent absurdity of their world, the characters teach us valuable lessons about connection and the importance of having each other's backs even when facing the apocalypse. Set 10 years after the events of the first film, Zombieland, Double Tap follows the core group of survivors: Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, as they navigate a world overrun by zombies. The film opens with the group living in the White House, showcasing their comfortable yet chaotic lifestyle. However, tensions arise as Little Rock desires more independence and a life beyond the group's established dynamic. In a quest for freedom, Little Rock decides to leave and seek companionship, leading to a schism within the group. Meanwhile, Columbus grapples with relationship issues and tries to balance his romantic feelings for Wichita with his fears of losing their family unit. The group's journey takes them across a modified landscape filled with evolved zombies, new friends, and old enemies, igniting humorous incidents that only enhance their survival tale. The film introduces new zombie types, notably the Homer zombies, less intelligent but still dangerous, as well as the T-800 zombies that are stronger and more resilient. The characters face amplified challenges, requiring them to adapt both physically and mentally to the evolving threat. Character dynamics. One of the film's highlights is the chemistry among the four main leads, which remains a central focus of the narrative. Woody Harrelson's Tallahassee is still the wisecracking, zombie-killing enthusiast, driven by a love of Americana and an insatiable appetite for Twinkies. Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus narrates the story, providing insight into the changing dynamics of survival. Emma Stone's Wichita showcases a mix of strength and vulnerability, highlighting the difficulty of adapting to emotional relationships within a post-apocalyptic landscape. Abigail Breslin's Little Rock exhibits a youthful desire for independence, challenging the existing dynamics and leading to a significant character arc. New characters, such as Madison, Zoe Deutsch, and Nevada, Rosario Dawson, add fresh comedic elements and complications. Madison, in particular, is portrayed as a stereotypical dumb blonde character, which serves as a foil to the existing characters and provides a humorous take on survival scenarios. In contrast, Nevada is tough and resourceful, embodying a modern survivalist archetype. Theme. Zombieland, Double Tap explores several themes beyond just the humor of a zombie apocalypse. Relationships take center stage, showcasing both romantic and familial ties in dire circumstances. The film delves into the dynamics of growth and change, especially as characters learn to confront their fears, trust one another, and accept the inevitability of evolution, both in themselves and the world around them. Another significant theme is the idea of community and belong. The new installment brings back the beloved original cast and adds fresh elements to the story. Plot summary: set a decade after the events of the first film, Zombieland, Double Tap follows the misadventures of the four main characters: Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, as they navigate a post-apocalyptic America filled with evolved zombies and the challenges of their own relationships. The group has formed a makeshift family and now faces new threats, both from the undead and a desire for individual independence. When Little Rock goes on the search for a more suitable partner, the dynamics of the group are tested, leading to comedic and poignant moments. The film blends action sequences, character development, and humor, a recipe that fans of the genre appreciate. Cast: Jesse Eisenberg as Columbus, the neurotic survivor who keeps a running list of rules for survival in the zombie apocalypse. Woody Harrelson is Tallahassee, the rugged and gun-loving hunter who has a soft spot for Twinkies and a fatherly bond with Columbus. Emma Stone is Wichita, the savvy and resourceful member of the group who has a complicated romantic history with Columbus. Abigail Breslin is Little Rock, the young survivor seeking independence and love, representing the innocent hope amidst chaos. Zoe Deutsch is Madison, a bubbly new character who complicates relationships within the group. Luke Wilson is Albuquerque, a character who serves as a comedic foil to Tallahassee, embodying a similar but more carefree personality. Thomas Middleditch is Flagstaff, Albuquerque's partner, who adds to the humor and chaos of the film. Critical reception upon its release: Zombieland, Double Tap received mixed to positive reviews from critics. It holds a percentage score on Rotten Tomatoes and a rating on Metacritic, indicating a more favorable reception amongst audiences compared to critics. Critics praised the film for its humor and the chemistry between the cast members, highlighting the performances of Harrelson and Eisenberg. The film also succeeded in delivering several memorable action sequences and gags, maintaining the spirit of the original while introducing new ideas. However, some critiques noted that the film felt repetitive and lacked the fresh originality of its predecessor. It was noted that while the film effectively retained its comedic roots, some storylines felt predictable. Conclusion: Zombieland, Double Tap successfully brings back the charm of the original with a blend of humor, action, and character interplay, although it faces the challenge of living up to its predecessor's legacy. The film expands upon the universe and themes introduced in the first movie while delivering entertainment that resonates with audiences, making it a notable sequel in the realm of horror comedy. Fans of the franchise were delighted to see the beloved characters return, even if some felt the film fell short of capturing the same magic as the original. The narrative picks up a decade after the original film, where Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock have formed a quasi-family unit as they roam through a zombie-riddled America. The film's tone maintains the irreverence and humor of its predecessor, while also presenting new challenges. As the characters navigate their daily lives, Little Rock experiences a normal teenage longing for companionship. Displeased with their protective dynamics, she decides to leave her group in search of a more normal life, leading to critical tension with Wichita and Columbus, who are reluctant to let her go. The plot thickens when the characters encounter evolved zombies, referred to as T-800s, which present new threats and challenges that are more formidable than earlier zombie encounters. A subplot introduces new characters, including Madison, played by Zoe Deutsch, a bubbly survivor who adds complexity and comedic tension to the established group dynamic. The film juxtaposes these new relationships against existing ones, primarily focusing on the romantic tension between Columbus and Wichita. As the narrative progresses, the group must confront both the literal zombies outside and the more nuanced emotional zombies of their relationships. Their journey through this post-apocalyptic landscape serves as both an adventure and a means of personal development, ultimately culminating in an exploration of what family truly means in desperate circumstances. Character development: Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, remains the neurotic narrator of the story, introducing his list of survival rules with humor and a touch of self-deprecation. His journey moves beyond mere survivalism; he grapples with his feelings for Wichita and his identity within the group. As he learns to navigate the complexities of relationships in a post-apocalyptic world, Columbus showcases growth from a cautious survivor to a more confident partner. Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, embodies the archetype of a rugged hero with a heart. His tough exterior and obsession with finding Twinkies continue to provide comic relief, but a deeper emotional layer is revealed as he grapples with Little Rock's desire for independence. His relationship with Columbus evolves into a more mature friendship, emphasizing loyalty and the importance of chosen family. Wichita, Emma Stone, displays significant character growth, transitioning from the group's rogue figure to a protective sister and partner. Her struggles with trust, especially in light of Little Rock's departure, add depth to her character. Wichita's grappling with her place in the group highlights the film's theme of bonds that extend beyond blood relations. Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, acts as the catalyst for much of the film's conflict. As she seeks autonomy, her quest brings to the fore the tension between youthful longing and the responsibility of family ties. Madison, Zoe Deutsch, serves as both a love interest for the group and a humorous contrast to Wichita. Her character critiques traditional damsel roles, offering moments of levity while challenging the norms of survival in a zombie apocalypse. Madison's presence not only ignites jealousy in Wichita but also provides a mirror for the group to reflect on their relationships. Albuquerque, Luke Wilson, and Flagstaff, Thomas Middleditch, expand the thematic exploration of masculinity and friendship, presenting alternative versions of Columbus and Tallahassee. Their juxtaposition adds comedic depth, while also allowing the main characters to confront their insecurities and growth. Themes: family and loyalty. One of the most prominent themes is the notion of family, both biological and chosen. The film examines relationships, loyalty, and sacrifice, pushing characters to examine what family means in dire circumstances. Little Rock's quest for independence serves as a poignant reminder that familial bonds are complex and often fraught with tension in growth and independence. Each character embarks on a journey of personal growth, with Little Rock's quest for independence serving as a focal point. The film illustrates the challenges of balancing individuality with group cohesion, showcasing how personal growth can lead to conflict and resolution. Humor and despair. Fleischer's direction balances horror and humor, presenting a world where laughter becomes a coping mechanism. The film's comedic elements are often a shield against the reality of their circumstances, allowing characters to deal with loss and danger while still finding joy in their relationships. Survival and evolution. The evolution of the zombies serves as a metaphor for the characters themselves. Just as the undead adapt and change, so too must Columbus and the rest of the group evolve in their strategies for survival, not just in terms of physical threats, but also emotionally, in their relationships. Critical reception. The film garnered mixed to positive reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, it holds a respectable score, indicating that while it may not have reached the heights of its predecessor, many viewers found it entertaining and enjoyable. Critics lauded the film for its humor, action sequences, and the chemistry between the cast, particularly the dynamic between Harrelson and Eisenberg, which was described as the heart of the film. Conversely, some critics pointed to flaws in the plot, noting that while the humor was sharp, the storyline occasionally felt predictable. The film's structure was critiqued for lacking the tightness of the original, leading some to feel that it was trying to recapture past glory rather than innovating. Audience reception was generally positive, with many fans praising the continuation of the beloved characters' stories. The engaging action sequences, combined with the humorous dialogue, resonated well with viewers who had been waiting a decade for this sequel. Conclusion. Zombieland, Double Tap offers an entertaining blend of humor, action, and character exploration that addresses the complexities of relationships against the backdrop of a zombie apocalypse. The film successfully brings back cherished characters while expanding the narrative to include new ones, maintaining the franchise's signature humor and emotional depth. While it may not capture the same groundbreaking essence of the original Zombieland, the sequel stands as a commendable continuation of the story, displaying growth in both character and theme. As audiences witness the characters grapple with survival in both the literal and emotional sense, Zombieland, Double Tap cleverly illustrates that even in the worst of times, laughter, love, and loyalty prevail. Zombieland, Double Tap received mixed to positive reviews from critics. Audiences appreciated the film's humor, character dynamics, and over-the-top zombie action. The chemistry between the main cast was highlighted as a significant strength, with Woody Harrelson and Jesse Eisenberg's comedic timing particularly praised. The film balances slapstick comedy with moments of genuine emotion, especially concerning character growth and relationships. However, some critics felt that it didn't quite capture the uniqueness and freshness of the original film. Facts. The film takes place 10 years after the events of the original movie, showcasing how the characters have evolved and adapted to the ongoing zombie apocalypse. The title refers to a new type of zombie introduced in the sequel, called Homer zombies, which are depicted as dumber and slower. The film features various new zombie fighting techniques and rules in the context of the modern Zombie apocalypse, expanding on the original rules set forth in the first film. The film includes numerous pop culture references and Easter eggs, maintaining the franchise's signature humor and self-awareness. Zombieland, Double Tap was produced with a budget of around $48 million and grossed over $124 million worldwide, making it a commercial success. It takes a fresh yet familiar approach, one defined as much by nostalgia as by innovation. This article delves deep into the characters, themes, and cultural resonance of Zombieland, Double Tap, offering an expansive analysis of its narrative complexity and artistic choices. Character Dynamics 1. Tallahassee, the reluctant protector Tallahassee, portrayed by Woody Harrelson, continues to be a towering figure whose bravado often belies his deeper emotional struggles. In Double Tap, his development as a character pivots around the paternal role he takes on concerning Little Rock. This film reveals layers of vulnerability as Tallahassee faces the potential abandonment of his surrogate daughter. His journey reflects the tension between a desire for independence and a longing for familial connection. Key moments: his antics, from exuberant motorcycle rides to ostentatious displays of weaponry, provide comic relief and illustrate his deadpan toughness. However, moments of introspection showcase his loneliness, presenting a character who thrives in chaos yet aches for belonging. Point 2. Columbus, the anxious survivor Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus remains the archetypal everyman, laced with anxieties and neurotic tendencies. His journey in Double Tap revolves around navigating his relationship with Wichita. Columbus's growth is defined by his grappling with fear of losing Wichita and fear of letting himself be vulnerable. Cinematic techniques: through clever narrative devices like Columbus's introspective voiceovers, audiences gain insight into his internal struggles. His inability to fully commit to his relationship embodies a relatable conflict for many viewers, while also echoing broader societal fears about intimacy in a world dominated by uncertainty. Point 3. Wichita, the emotional anchor Emma Stone's Wichita has evolved into a more nuanced character, embodying strength, independence, and deep-seated emotional scars. Her growth is demonstrated as she grapples with commitment, moving from fear to acceptance of love, which is exemplified in her evolving bond with Columbus. Characterization: Wichita's journey reflects the tension between her protective instincts and her desire to let others in. Her back-and-forth dynamic with Columbus emphasizes that even in a comedic narrative, serious discussions about emotional vulnerability and resilience can thrive. Point 4. Little Rock, seeking identity. Abigail Breslin's Little Rock emerges as a compelling figure representing the younger generation's desire for self-discovery in a collapsing world. Her quest for autonomy drives critical plot points, creating a narrative tension between her independence and her role within the group. Motivational depth: Little Rock's yearning for normalcy is rooted in teenage rebellion, a universal aspect reflecting real-world struggles faced by adolescents. Breslin portrays this with a blend of naivety and assertiveness, capturing a young individual's longing to forge her own identity against a backdrop of chaos. Point 5. The New Faces, a breath of fresh air introducing new characters, such as Madison, Zoe Deutsch, and Albuquerque, Luke Wilson, revitalizes the ensemble dynamic. Madison's naive charm juxtaposes with the seasoned group, highlighting generational differences and exploring notions of survivalist stereotypes in humorous extremes. Narrative impact: Albuquerque serves as a parody of the cool survivor trope, integrating layers of meta-commentary into the film. His character accentuates the absurdities within their reality while offering humorous moments of camaraderie. Thematic exploration 1. Family dynamics in a post-apocalyptic world. At its core, Zombieland, Double Tap poses critical questions about familial bonds in a world that has disintegrated structurally and socially. The characters form a chosen family, emphasizing the importance of emotional support amidst despair. Analysis of relationships: the film's exploration of family dynamics illustrates how people adapt to their changing environments, where the concept of loyalty becomes more complex. Tallahassee's paternal instincts underscore the nurturing aspect of survival, showcasing that family is not solely biological. Point 2. The quest for identity: the psychological journeys of the characters illuminate fundamental themes of identity and personal growth. Little Rock's desire for independence reflects the broader human inclination to seek autonomy while navigating societal expectations. Symbolism: where this quest for identity amidst chaos serves as a metaphor for larger existential inquiries about purpose and belonging. The characters' experiences allow audiences to reflect on their complexities, blending comedy with poignant life truths. Point 3. The nature of survival: while survival is often seen as merely physical endurance, the film subverts this notion by conveying that emotional survival is equally vital. The interaction among the characters illustrates that emotional bonds can be powerful weapons against despair. Broader implications of the absurdity of their circumstances, the humor found in tragic situations, reiterates the message that laughter can coexist with hardship, serving as a coping mechanism for audiences reflecting on their realities. Cinematic techniques. 1. Visual aesthetics. Visually, the film employs a vibrant, colorful palette, contrasting the bleak backdrop of a zombie apocalypse. Cinematographer Michael Bonvillain employs dynamic shots and swift transitions, effectively capturing the frenetic energy of the action sequences and enhancing comedic moments. Technique and impact. The stylized visual effects during zombie encounters, like the slow-motion sequences showcasing Tallahassee's flamboyant zombie kills, infuse both humor and stylistic flair, allowing viewers to revel in the absurd spectacle. 2. Soundtrack choices. Musically, Zombieland, Double Tap integrates a diverse soundtrack that shapes its narrative tone. The selections encapsulate various emotional highs and lows, guiding viewers through the film's comedic and dramatic arcs alike. Cultural resonance. Incorporating popular music not only highlights thematic elements but also builds a bridge between the characters' experiences and the audience's sentiments, evoking a sense of shared nostalgia. Cultural context and impact. Zombieland, Double Tap reflects the evolution of the zombie genre within contemporary media. With its self-aware humor and critique of reality, the film acknowledges the myriad portrayals of zombies since 2009, positioning itself as a satirical take on both the genre and prevailing cultural anxieties. The relevance of humor. By balancing horror and humor, the film speaks to the modern viewer's relationship with fear and uncertainty in an increasingly unpredictable world. The cinematic dialogue within the zombie trope highlights the societal commentary embedded in horror narratives. Conclusion. Reflections on survival and connection. In conclusion, Zombieland, Double Tap achieves its goal of being both a sequel that honors its predecessor and a standalone commentary on life's absurdities amid chaos. Through character development, thematic nuance, and striking cinematic techniques, the film invites viewers to explore themes of identity, family, and emotional endurance in unconventional ways. As audiences navigate the hilarious yet poignant dynamics of survival, Zombieland, Double Tap asserts its place as a cultural touchstone, reflecting on contemporary existential queries while delivering laugh-out-loud moments. Ultimately, the film emphasizes that even in the most desperate circumstances, laughter and love remain essential elements of the human experience. The blend of horror and comedy serves as a reminder that, despite the chaos outside, familial connections and personal growth can prevail in the face of despair. Critics highlighted the performances of the cast, emphasizing how their ability to navigate comedy amidst horror scenarios keeps the audience engaged. The film's self-awareness, the characters breaking the fourth wall and commenting on zombie movie tropes, continues to be a charming feature of the franchise. Zombieland, Double Tap stands as a worthy sequel, delivering the humor and action fans expect while pushing the characters into new territory. With a strong ensemble cast, engaging plotlines, and thought-provoking themes, it reflects on the resilience of the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. As the world of Zombieland continues to evolve, audiences are reminded that even in a post-apocalyptic landscape, laughter and connection remain vital in navigating life's challenges. The film marks a successful entry into the horror comedy genre while also exploring more profound emotional overtones. Plot exploration. The story picks up a decade after the first movie, with Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock having carved out a semblance of a normal life within the confines of the White House. This setting symbolizes both comfort and the absurdity of their situation, as the characters have managed to create their own version of a happy family amidst the zombie apocalypse. The film's inciting incident occurs when Little Rock, yearning for a more traditional life and companionship, decides to venture out into the dangerous world. This move not only propels the main plot forward but also acts as a catalyst that challenges the established relationships among the characters. Wichita's struggle to balance her protective instincts for Little Rock with her desire for independence creates tension, leading to a dramatic shift in their relationships that serves as one of the film's emotional cores. The narrative follows Columbus and Tallahassee as they embark on a quest to rescue Little Rock from a new breed of zombies that have evolved over the years, notably the T-800s, zombies that are tougher, faster, and more deadly. The film cleverly utilizes the concept of evolution, not only in terms of zombies but also in how the characters have grown personally. This theme manifests in their interactions, decisions, and ultimately the choices they make regarding loyalty and love. Character development. Tallahassee. Woody Harrelson's Tallahassee remains a standout character, embodying the comic relief within dire situations. His larger-than-life personality, penchant for dramatic monologues, and obsession with Twinkies provide humor, yet there's a palpable depth to his character as well. His backstory is hinted at throughout the film, showcasing a layer of vulnerability beneath his tough exterior. Tallahassee's protective nature toward the group particularly resonates when he confronts the new threats, further solidifying his role as a pseudo-patriarch. Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus remains the voice of reason, embodying the quintessential nerdy protagonist. However, he is not without growth. In Double Tap, Columbus evolves from an insecure survivor into someone more confident and aware of his worth in the group. His relationship with Wichita becomes central to his character arc, exploring how love complicates his survival instincts. The film addresses his fears of isolation and loss, ultimately leading to a realization that relationships are worth the risk of vulnerability. Emma Stone's Wichita showcases a pragmatic, fiercely independent character who grapples with her past and the implications of her decisions. The sequel delves deeper into her emotional landscape, particularly her relationship with Columbus as they navigate the challenges of caring for Little Rock while facing their own insecurities. Her evolution from guarded survivor to a woman willing to confront her feelings highlights a poignant arc that balances strength with depth. Little Rock Abigail Breslin's Little Rock serves as the bridge between childhood and adulthood in an unforgiving world. Her journey reflects a universal struggle for independence and identity as she navigates her own desires against the backdrop of a zombie-infested landscape. Her connection with the new character, a peace-loving hippie named Berkeley, offers a stark contrast to the chaotic world around her, adding layers of complexity to her desire for freedom and normalcy. The addition of new characters also enriches the overall narrative. Madison, portrayed by Zoe Deutsch, initially appears as a stereotypical dumb blonde, providing comic relief and inadvertently challenging the more serious nature of the original group. However, as the story unfolds, her character showcases unexpected depth, revealing that intelligence comes in various forms. Nevada, played by Rosario Dawson, introduces a strong female character who complements Tallahassee's character while bringing her own set of skills and perspectives to the group. The interactions between these new characters and the originals add fresh dynamics and contribute to the themes of friendship and camaraderie. Themes and motifs. Zombieland, Double Tap does not shy away from underlying themes that resonate on a deeper level than mere survival against zombies. The emphasis on family and unconventional forms is paramount, showcasing how chosen family can be just as important as traditional kinship ties. The film explores the complexities of relationships under duress, emphasizing that loyalty and love can be sources of both strength and weakness. Another significant theme is the evolution of societal norms and behaviors. The zombies themselves serve as a metaphor for societal disintegration and the necessity to adapt to survive. The introduction of various zombie types, especially the evolved T-800s, acts as a commentary on how dangerous complacency can be in both personal growth and survival tactics. The comedic elements also reveal societal critiques. The film frequently references zombie movie tropes, playing with audience expectations while simultaneously critiquing film tropes and modern relationships. It leverages humor to explore deeper questions of morality, identity, and what it means to live in a morally ambiguous world. Cinematic techniques. The film employs a variety of cinematic techniques that enhance the storytelling experience. The use of slow-motion sequences during action scenes serves to heighten the tension and deliver comic punchlines effectively. The visual style is characterized by vibrant colors and creative camera angles that juxtapose the absurdity of the characters' circumstances with the stark reality of a zombie apocalypse. The musical score, featuring a blend of iconic rock songs and contemporary hits, reinforces the film's tonal shifts and emphasizes moments of tension and levity. Music plays an essential role in setting the atmosphere, often mirroring the characters' emotional states while providing a familiar backdrop for their journey. Critical reception. Upon release, Zombieland, Double Tap achieved favorable box office success and garnered mixed to positive reviews. Critics praised the performances of the central cast, particularly highlighting the chemistry between Eisenberg and Stone, as well as the comedic timing of Harrelson. Many noted that while it may not capture all the original's charm, it successfully balances humor and horror, making it a worthy sequel. Despite its reception, some critics voiced concerns about the predictability of the plot and the film's reliance on familiar tropes. However, this familiarity is often what audiences cherish. It aligns with the franchise's self-aware humor, allowing viewers to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Conclusion. Zombieland, Double Tap stands out as a sequel that not only maintains the essence of its predecessor but also boldly delves into complex themes of love, loyalty, and the nature of family. With its blend of horror and humor, the film invites audiences to ponder the challenges of community in a post-apocalyptic world while keeping them entertained with witty one-liners and thrilling zombie encounters. Ultimately, it celebrates the resilience of the human spirit by highlighting that even in the face of utter chaos, laughter, relationships, and humanity endure. As the characters continue to adapt to their environment, they remind us that survival is not just about facing threats but also about the bonds we create along the way. The film, akin to its predecessor, interweaves humor and horror within a post-apocalyptic landscape, allowing for both comedic moments and dramatic character development. In this comprehensive article, we will delve into the film's narrative structure, character arcs, thematic elements, behind-the-scenes insights, and the critical and audience reception surrounding its release. Narrative structure: the film unfolds in a unique manner that combines episodic adventures with an overarching narrative. It opens with a recap of the characters' lives since the first movie, establishing a clear timeline that allows both old and new viewers to engage with the story. As the protagonists navigate an evolving world of zombies, the narrative explores the challenges they face as a group while also showcasing individual growth. Central to the story is the group's struggle for balance between community and personal desires. The decision by Little Rock to seek out a more traditional teenage experience serves as a catalyst for much of the conflict. This reflects a larger commentary on the journey from adolescence to adulthood and the longing for independence that comes with it. The characters face not only the external threat of zombies but also the more complex and sometimes humorous dilemmas that arise in their relationships. Character arcs: each character's journey throughout Zombieland, Double Tap highlights their development, struggles, and motivations. Columbus: Jesse Eisenberg as the film's narrator, Columbus is both a guide and a participant in the action. He continues to adhere to his rules for survival, which serve as both comic relief and wisdom in navigating their chaotic world. His growth is marked by his evolving relationship with Wichita, paralleling his journey from self-doubt to a more confident partner willing to confront his fears and assert his feelings. Tallahassee: Woody Harrelson. Tallahassee remains the archetypal macho hero, wielding firearms and exuding bravado. Yet, the film further explores his emotional depths, showing vulnerability when faced with Little Rock's desire to find her own identity. His paternal instincts emerge as he grapples with the concept of letting go, portraying a nuanced version of masculinity that balances strength with sensitivity. Wichita: Emma Stone. Wichita's character arc deepens as she reflects on her role within the group dynamic. Initially hesitant to embrace her feelings for Columbus, she ultimately confronts her fears of vulnerability, echoing a universal theme of love and trust. Her evolution highlights the fine line between independence and interdependence in relationships, as she navigates acceptance in a tumultuous world. Little Rock: Abigail Breslin. Transitioning from a child to a young adult, Little Rock embodies the struggle for autonomy. Her decision to leave the group demonstrates a desire for independence intrinsic to her character's growth. The film tactfully illustrates how her actions spark conflict while simultaneously pushing her companions to reflect on their roles as caretakers. Madison: Zoe Deutsch. New to the group, Madison serves as a foil to the established characters. Her bubbly personality and naive perspective challenge the group's more serious tones. Her interactions with the others underscore themes of trust, loyalty, and the absurdity of their circumstances, while also prompting a re-evaluation of what constitutes strength in a relationship. Albuquerque: Luke Wilson, and Flagstaff, Thomas Middleditch, provide comedic relief while mirroring the main duo's characteristics. Their overly confident personas and laid-back attitudes contrast with Columbus and Tallahassee, emphasizing the ridiculousness of their situation and providing a fresh layer of humor that balances the film's more serious themes. Thematic elements: Zombieland, Double Tap explores several key themes that resonate deeply with audiences, including relationships and family dynamics. At its core, the film is a study of the evolving relationships among its characters. The struggle for independence is played against the backdrop of familial bonds, presenting a narrative in which loyalty and love must constantly be negotiated. Each character's arc reflects the complexities inherent in maintaining relationships, especially in crisis situations. Identity and growth: each character confronts questions of identity. They are forced to evolve both individually and as a group. Little Rock's quest for a romantic companion symbolizes the quest for identity that many young adults undertake. This exploration highlights not just personal growth, but how external circumstances can catalyze significant transformation. The absurdity of survival: the absurd comedy that permeates the film juxtaposes the dire nature of a post-apocalyptic existence with humorous elements. The characters' humorous responses to zombies and chaotic situations create a unique lens through which to view survival. The film shows that in moments of extreme distress, humor can be a critical survival mechanism, providing relief amidst horror-evolving threats. The film comments on the evolution of danger in relationships, showcasing that the most pressing risks often come from within rather than the external monolithic threat of zombies. The evolved zombies present new challenges, metaphorically reflecting the emotional growth the characters must undergo as they learn to confront both fear and intimacy. Behind the scenes insights. The production of Zombieland, Double Tap, involved a meticulous approach to maintaining the film's signature style while addressing contemporary storytelling. Director Ruben Fleischer reassembled much of the original creative team, ensuring consistency in tone and character portrayal. The writing team, which included Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, was instrumental in crafting dialogue that balanced humor with emotional depth. The film was shot in several locations, including New Orleans, allowing for diverse backdrops that enriched the visual storytelling. The use of practical effects blended with CGI in designing the evolved zombies highlights the commitment to maintaining an engaging and visually captivating experience. Music also plays a significant role in setting the tone of the film. The soundtrack effectively complements the action and humor, featuring tracks that evoke nostalgia while also resonating with the film's themes of change and growth. Critical and audience reception. Upon its release, Zombieland, Double Tap was met with a mixture of anticipation and skepticism. While critics acknowledged the film's charm and humor, many felt it didn't quite capture the magic of the original. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film maintained a moderate score, with many reviews praising the cast's performance but critiquing the overall plot as somewhat formulaic. Audiences, however, largely embraced the sequel. Fans of the original found joy in the familiar characters and the comedic elements that defined the franchise. The film's humor and nostalgic callbacks resonated strongly with viewers, leading to a generally positive reception among fans. Box office performance reflected these sentiments, with the film performing decently, though not at blockbuster levels compared to its predecessor. Conclusion. Zombieland, Double Tap stands as a testament to how sequels can evolve while still cherishing the original spirit. By blending horror, humor, and character-driven storytelling, the film successfully navigates the complexities of relationships in a world turned upside down. With each character's journey showcasing personal transformation in the face of adversity, the film manages to intertwine comedy and emotion, creating a resonant narrative that speaks to both the absurdity of existence and the power of connection. As the credits roll, viewers are left with not just a sense of nostalgia but also a reaffirmation of the importance of family and the humor that often accompanies even the most dire circumstances. The sequel to Zombieland effectively showcases that laughter is indeed a powerful antidote, and that in the end, it's not just about surviving the apocalypse, but doing so with those who matter most. This in-depth analysis will explore the characters, themes, narrative structures, visual aesthetics, and the film's cultural significance without repeating previous discussions in narrative structure and pacing. Zombieland, Double Tap follows a traditional three-act structure interwoven with comedic timing and character evolution. The film picks up with Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock living in a makeshift family unit. Early scenes establish the dynamic within the group, allowing the audience to reconnect with their personalities while hinting at underlying tensions. The first act focuses on Tallahassee's paternal relationship with Little Rock, showcasing their bond while also setting the stage for conflict. The inciting action occurs when Little Rock decides to leave the group, setting Columbus and Wichita on a quest to find her. With expertly timed comedic beats, the narrative maintains a brisk, engaging pace, punctuated by character-driven humor and moments of tension. In the second act, the story delves deeper into character development. Columbus and Wichita's relationship complicates as they face insecurities and contrasting desires for connection. Meanwhile, Little Rock encounters the new character of Berkeley, Avanjogia, who represents the allure of a normal life, a stark contrast to her familial ties. This juxtaposition sends ripples through the established group dynamic, leading to further exploration of personal identity versus communal bonds. The climax centers around a high-stakes confrontation with zombies and a satire of the zombie genre's tropes. The resolution allows for introspection, culminating in the characters realigning their priorities and reaffirming their bond, a hallmark of the franchise's blend of humor and emotion, character depth and dynamics. 1. Tallahassee, navigating loss and legacy. Tallahassee, portrayed with charisma by Woody Harrelson, serves as the embodiment of comedic bravado mixed with deeper emotional layers. His evolution in Double Tap reveals a character confronting his fears of loss and the responsibilities of fatherhood. Parenting and vulnerability. His relationship with Little Rock is central to his character journey, highlighting the challenges of caring for a surrogate daughter in a world devoid of societal norms. Tallahassee struggles to let her go illustrate the complexities of his protective instincts, revealing his capacity for tenderness beneath the rough exterior. Interactions with new characters. The impact of new characters, particularly Albuquerque, serves as a narrative tool to reflect Tallahassee's growth. The friendly rivalry provides comic relief while also challenging Tallahassee to confront his role within their group, ultimately pushing him to reconcile his fears. Point 2. Columbus, anxieties in love. Columbus's character arc, characterized by Jesse Eisenberg's signature neurotic humor, serves as a lens through which themes of vulnerability and maturity are explored. In Double Tap, Columbus grapples with his fears of commitment and identity. Internal monologue and growth. The film cleverly employs internal monologues, providing insight into Columbus's mindset. These moments highlight his insecurities, particularly regarding his relationship with Wichita. His emotional journey captures the universal struggle of balancing love with personal fears, allowing audiences to empathize with his character. Climactic decision. In a pivotal moment, Columbus demonstrates growth by decisively confronting his feelings for Wichita and stepping up when needed. This transition from hesitance to action underlines a critical theme of embracing vulnerability as a strength. Point 3. Wichita, strength through vulnerability. Emma Stone's portrayal of Wichita allows her character to evolve into a complex figure navigating the tension between independence and connection. A self-reliant survivor, Wichita's journey in Double Tap centers on her struggle to accept intimacy while managing her protective instincts. Conflict of interests. Wichita's struggle illustrates the balance between her desire for connection and the burden of responsibility she feels toward Little Rock. Her growth is apparent when she confronts Columbus, realizing that true partnership involves embracing both strengths and vulnerabilities. Resolution and reaffirmation. At crucial junctures, Wichita's confrontations with Columbus symbolize her own need for reassurance. Their reconciliatory moments emphasize the necessity of communication in relationships, and her eventual acceptance of Columbus reflects personal growth rooted in faith and trust. Point 4. Little Rock, the search for autonomy. Abigail Breslin's Little Rock represents the youth aspiring for independence. In Double Tap, her narrative arc is vital, exploring themes of rebellion, self-discovery, and the pitfalls of isolation. Generational contrast. Her desire to explore life outside the comforts of family bonds presents a compelling generational tension. The contrasting ideologies between her and Tallahassee reflect broader societal conversations surrounding youth autonomy and parental guidance. New relationships. Little Rock's bond with Berkeley serves as a counterbalance to her family dynamics, emphasizing the pull between personal desires and familial loyalty. The film explores how grave circumstances can complicate formative relationships, leading to revelations about the importance of support systems, aesthetic choices, and cinematic techniques. 1. Visual storytelling. The visual palette of Zombieland, Double Tap, is striking in its vibrancy, which stands in stark contrast to the typical bleakness associated with apocalyptic narratives. Cinematographer Michael Bonvillain utilizes bright colors and energetic compositions, creating a dynamic visual experience. Action sequences. Key action scenes are characterized by rapid editing and creative camera angles that emphasize the chaos of zombie encounters. The use of slow motion captures the absurdity and humor of scenes where characters triumphantly dispatch zombies, blending horror and comedy into one cohesive experience. Point 2. Comedic timing and humor. The humor within Zombieland, Double Tap, is multifaceted, combining slapstick, witty dialogue, and situational irony. The film employs self-referential humor to comment on societal cliches and pop culture, fostering a connection with audiences that transcends genre conventions. Meta-references. The characters' ongoing reflections on their situations, such as Tallahassee's musings on being a zombie-killing hero, establish a playful rapport with the audience. This self-awareness elevates the humor, making it resonate with viewers familiar with contemporary pop culture. Broader themes. 1. Survival versus existence. While survival is a constant theme in zombie narratives, Zombieland, Double Tap flips the script by exploring what it means to truly live beyond mere survival at all costs. The characters' interactions depict that the essence of life is found in the connections we forge, irrespective of external chaos. Interpersonal bonds of the relationships formed amongst the protagonists illustrate the importance of nurturing emotional connections as a means of thriving in adversity. The characters learn that enduring relationships can be a source of strength, underscoring that survival is not just about evading death but cultivating love and companionship. Point 2. Navigating change and growing up. Zombieland, Double Tap poignantly addresses the growth and transition associated with the passage of time. Each character navigates personal change within the framework of their evolving relationships, showcasing the realities of growing up in a tumultuous world. Authenticity and change. The struggles faced by Little Rock resonate with broader themes of adolescence and identity formation, making her journey relatable to a younger audience. This exploration extends to Tallahassee's protective instincts, revealing that even the strongest individuals must adapt to change. Cultural commentary. Zombieland, Double Tap taps into contemporary anxieties, addressing themes of terror, societal breakdown, and the strain on interpersonal relationships in an increasingly fractured reality. By blending comedy with social commentary, the film reflects collective fears about the future. Meta commentary on zombies. By leaning into the humorous conventions of zombie media, the film cleverly critiques the absurdity of societal norms and values. The satire resonates with audiences who recognize the tropes of modern existential crises, adding weight to the comedic elements. Conclusion: embracing life in a chaotic world. Zombieland, Double Tap serves as a successful sequel that both honors its predecessor and expands upon its themes within a modern context. Through meticulous character development, innovative storytelling techniques, and incisive cultural commentary, the film navigates the complexities of survival, identity, and emotional bonds in a post-apocalyptic world. The film ultimately resonates with audiences by affirming the importance of love, connection, and the human experience in navigating life's absurdities. It suggests that laughter can coalesce with tragedy to create a powerful, life-affirming narrative, one that champions resilience against hardship. As Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock confront both zombies and personal turmoil, they remind us all that, despite the chaos surrounding us, the relationships we forge can help us not just survive but truly live. This article will explore the film's narrative, thematic depth, character arcs, cinematography, and its cultural relevance without repeating previously discussed ideas. Narrative context and development. 1. Overview of the storyline. Zombieland, Double Tap picks up the story of Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, as they navigate their lives in post-apocalyptic America. The film begins in a relatively stable environment compared to the chaos of the first film, showcasing the group's adaptation to their circumstances. However, underlying tensions surface as Little Rock yearns for independence, leading to her departure to find a sense of normalcy which she believes can only be found outside her established family unit. 2. Expanding the universe. As the narrative unfolds, the characters come face to face with new varieties of zombies, introducing the concept of Homer, T-800, and ninja zombies. This evolution reflects the franchise's awareness of the changing landscape of zombie lore within popular culture. The introduction of newer threats serves as a commentary on how survival strategies must adapt over time, paralleling the character's growth, character dynamics, and evolution. 1. Tallahassee, embracing fatherhood. Woody Harrelson's Tallahassee remains the film's comedic focal point, combining his larger-than-life personality with a depth that emerges through his paternal feelings for Little Rock. The evolution of his character in Double Tap highlights the juxtaposition between bravado and vulnerability, deeper emotional layers. Through his interactions, Tallahassee showcases his struggles with attachment and the fear of losing a childlike figure in a desolate world. His ultimately humorous demeanor is underpinned by genuine fear of abandonment, grounding his character in emotional realism. Symbolic acts. Much of Tallahassee's development occurs in his attempts to provide for Little Rock. His dedication to teaching her survival strategies emphasizes the theme of mentorship while reflecting a more profound commitment to family in times of crisis. 2. Columbus, the complicated everyman. Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Columbus captures the essence of every person striving for love against personal anxieties. Columbus's progression in Double Tap illustrates a shift from hesitant bystander to an individual who takes action. Conflicted emotions. His internal struggle regarding his relationship with Wichita encapsulates themes of fear against the backdrop of deep emotional connection. Columbus grapples with his identity amid the chaos, a microcosm of the modern individual's existential crisis. Climactic decisions. The climax of Columbus's arc emerges during moments when he must confront his fears to support Wichita. This self-actualization serves as a keystone moment, showcasing not just personal growth, but the evolving nature of their relationship. 3. Wichita, balancing independence and connection. Emma Stone's Wichita combines strength with vulnerability, illustrating the tension between being a fiercely independent survivor and accepting the warmth of familial bonds. Her character development reflects broader themes of female empowerment while maintaining a balance of tenderness. The complexity of intimacy. Wichita's arc addresses her hesitation to fully embrace love with Columbus despite her feelings. The struggle to open herself up emotionally represents a significant theme regarding the difficulties of trusting others in precarious environments, juxtaposition of relationships. By exploring her dynamics with both Columbus and the new character Berkeley, Wichita elucidates the choices faced by young adults in a shifting landscape. This transition highlights how relationships can serve as sources of strength, even when complicated by external factors. Point 4. Little Rock's search for identity. Little Rock's quest for autonomy becomes a central theme in Zombieland, Double Tap, encapsulating the adolescent desire to break free from parental constraints. This youthful journey emphasizes the universal struggle of seeking one's identity outside of established familial roles, bridging generational gaps. Her interactions with Berkeley highlight the allure of a seemingly normal life, contrasting starkly with her gritty reality. This tug-of-war becomes a defining moment of her character, emphasizing the importance of experience and the lessons that come from navigating complex relationships. Growth through conflict. Little Rock's longing for independence leads to conflict, not only with her family but within herself. The narrative effectively portrays her realization that liberation comes with its challenges, providing rich commentary on the often tumultuous transition into adulthood. Cinematic techniques and visual style. 1. Genre fusion through visual narrative. Zombieland, Double Tap employs numerous cinematic techniques to enhance storytelling. The visual aesthetics reflect a playful yet chaotic atmosphere, capturing the absurdity inherent in the zombie genre. The film transitions seamlessly between comedic moments and high-stakes action, maintaining a user-friendly experience. Dynamic action sequences. The film's action scenes, defined by quick cuts and a mix of wide and close shots, resonate with the hurried nature of zombie encounters. Moments of slow motion during pivotal scenes serve to heighten emotional stakes while giving viewers a chance to appreciate the absurdity of the situation. Point 2. Influence of mockumentary style. Fleischer incorporates mockumentary techniques, especially through characters' asides and quirky fourth-wall-breaking moments. This style supports the playful nature of the film, allowing the audience a sense of intimacy with the characters' thoughts while providing insight into their decision-making processes. Clever use of technology. The film also employs contemporary technologies, such as social media influences and viral trends, to ground the narrative. This modern approach enhances the relatability of the characters and situates their struggles in recognizable contexts for the audience. Thematic depth, survival, identity, and connection. 1. Redefining survival. Zombieland, Double Tap transcends the genre's expectations by emphasizing that survival is not merely about physical endurance but embracing genuine connections. The film postulates that emotional resilience is essential for navigating a post-apocalyptic reality. Expressions of humanity. The characters' intricate relationships serve as a reminder that bonds can be sources of both strength and vulnerability. Their journey illustrates that survival often requires confronting fears and accepting other people's imperfections. Point 2. Navigating change and growth. The theme of transformation resonates throughout the film, marking the characters as they transition from their simpler, primal selves into complex figures struggling with personal dilemmas. This evolution reflects broader societal themes about maturity and change. Empowerment through conflict. In their respective journeys, each character confronts challenges that force them to adapt to new realities. These arcs ultimately allow for empowerment, suggesting that true strength lies in the ability to grow through adversity. Cultural context and impact. Zombieland, Double Tap resonates deeply within contemporary societal discussions surrounding individualism, emotional resilience, and the significance of community. The film's humor and character dynamics subtly challenge prevailing notions about survivalism and the importance of interpersonal connections in defining humanity amid chaos. Reflection on societal norms. In a world rife with uncertainty, the film uses satire to critique modern expectations regarding relationships and personal growth. By exploring the absurdity of their situation, it comments on real-life dilemmas faced by individuals navigating today's interconnected yet isolating environment. Conclusion: embracing human connection in times of crisis. Zombieland, Double Tap stands as a testament to the enduring power of laughter and connection in the face of despair. The film skillfully interweaves humor with poignant reflections on personal growth, identity, and the relevance of community. Through deft storytelling, strong character development, and impressive visual techniques, it offers viewers not just a narrative about surviving in a zombie-infested world, but a deeper commentary on what it means to truly live. Ultimately, the film encourages audiences to recognize that, even amidst chaos, the bonds we cultivate and the emotions we share can be our greatest sources of strength. By embracing vulnerability and navigating the complexities of relationships, we can come through challenging times not just as survivors, but as whole individuals committed to meaningful existence. Zombieland, Double Tap encapsulates this ethos, reminding us that laughter, love, and friendship are pivotal in the absurd tapestry of life, even when it feels like the world is falling apart. This sequel introduces new characters and dynamics, all while staying true to the spirit of its predecessor. The film illustrates not just the hilarity and absurdity of life in a zombie apocalypse but also delves into deeper themes of family, love, and personal growth. Setting and narrative development taking place 10 years after the first film, Double Tap showcases a markedly different environment. The primary characters have built a makeshift home in the White House, turning a symbol of political power into their sanctuary amid chaos. This setting serves as a microcosm for the characters' growth, representing both their safety and the absurdity of their circumstances. The film plays with the notions of home and belonging, addressing how survivors create emotional and physical spaces in dire situations. The plot kicks off with the group facing a new array of evolved zombies, a clever narrative decision that creates a sense of danger and anticipation. These zombies, referred to as T-800s, add a layer of challenge, reflecting on how the world, and the dangers within it, has evolved during their 10 years of survival. The premise emphasizes the importance of adaptability. Just as zombies have changed, so too must the characters evolve in order to face fresh challenges. Characters, journeys and growth. The film thrives on its rich characterization, delving deep into the personalities of both familiar and new characters. Tallahassee, voiced by Harrelson, Tallahassee embodies the archetype of the rugged survivor. He continues to showcase his relentless enthusiasm for zombie killing, paired with his love for Americana icons like Twinkies. However, beneath his tough exterior, there lies a yearning for connection and familial ties. His interactions with the younger characters, particularly Little Rock and the new character Nevada, reveal a nuanced vulnerability that adds depth to his character. Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus remains the everyman of the group, serving as the audience's voice with his neurotic tendencies and obsessive approach to survival. His character arc encapsulates a journey from insecurity to confidence, especially in terms of his romantic feelings for Wichita. As Columbus grapples with the idea of commitment amidst an apocalyptic backdrop, he ultimately learns that true love entails vulnerability and acceptance of risk. Wichita. Emma Stone reprises her role as Wichita, presenting a character who has transitioned from a rebellious survivor to a protective, nurturing figure. Her tumultuous relationship with Columbus drives much of the narrative, as she grapples with the idea of trust and emotional connection. Wichita's journey emphasizes the theme of independence, exploring how one can be strong yet still embrace love and companionship. Little Rock. Abigail Breslin's Little Rock represents the youthful desire for independence and self-discovery. Her quest for freedom leads her to distance herself from the group, highlighting the inherent struggle between parental protection and the need for growth. The film explores her connection with Berkeley, a new character who embodies peace and idealism, creating a juxtaposition to the chaos surrounding their lives. Little Rock's evolution from a child to a self-reliant young adult adds layers of complexity to the narrative. New characters. The introduction of Madison and Nevada brings new dynamics to the franchise. Madison, played by Zoe Deutsch, is initially perceived as superficial, embodying a comedic stereotype. However, her character arc reveals resilience and unexpected depth, providing comic relief while also challenging the group's perceptions of intelligence and capability. Nevada, portrayed by Rosario Dawson, is portrayed as strong and savvy, offering a counterbalance to Tallahassee. Their interactions illustrate the importance of collaboration and diversity of thought in overcoming adversity. Thematic analysis. Zombieland, Double Tap explores a rich tapestry of themes, elevating the narrative beyond mere entertainment. The importance of family at its heart. The film underscores the significance of family, both biological and chosen. It highlights how the characters have formed a unique familial bond through shared experiences and challenges. As Little Rock seeks independence, the film delves into the complexities of parental relationships, emphasizing that care and love can take many forms. The balance between independence and togetherness becomes a focal point, posing questions of loyalty, sacrifice, and personal growth. Evolution and adaptation. The theme of evolution permeates the entire narrative, both among the zombie antagonists and within the characters themselves. Just as the zombies have grown more challenging, the characters are forced to confront their own growth and adaptability. This concept extends to societal commentary on behavior, norms, and the necessity for evolution in relationships and survival strategies. Humor and horror. The film masterfully intertwines humor with horror, utilizing comedy as a coping mechanism for the characters and the audience. This balance allows for a refreshing take on the zombie genre while promoting laughter as a form of resilience. The self-referential humor, coupled with clever dialogue and absurd scenarios, crafts an engaging viewing experience that tackles the grotesque realities of their world with levity, cinematic techniques, and style. Zombieland, Double Tap employs a variety of cinematic techniques that enhance its storytelling. The film utilizes vibrant cinematography that complements its comedic sensibilities while elevating moments of tension and action. The color palette often juxtaposes bright, playful tones with darker themes, reflecting the duality of humor and horror. The use of slow-motion sequences during pivotal sequences adds visual flair and engages the audience, allowing for emphasis on character expressions and comedic timing. This stylistic choice tends to heighten suspense while ensuring that humor remains at the forefront. Audio elements also play a crucial role in establishing the film's tone. The eclectic soundtrack, composed of classic hits and contemporary tracks, aligns with characters' emotional journeys and shifts throughout the film, reinforcing the atmosphere and enhancing character dynamics. Audience reception and impact. Upon its release, Zombieland, Double Tap received a mix of reviews but largely resonated with audiences. Many fans of the original film appreciated the sequel's ability to retain the charm and humor of its predecessor while introducing new stories and challenges. Box office success indicated that the film struck a chord with both longtime fans and new viewers, reinforcing the franchise's relevance in modern cinema. Conclusion: Zombieland, Double Tap serves as a unique installment in the horror comedy genre, successfully marrying humor and heart within a richly developed narrative. It presents a robust exploration of relationship dynamics, personal growth, and the nature of survival amidst absurdity. The film's blend of familiar characters along with fresh faces contributes to a broader exploration of themes such as family, evolution, and resilience, enhancing its narrative depth. As the characters navigate their growing relationships and confront the ever-evolving threats around them, Zombieland, Double Tap ultimately invites viewers to reflect on the importance of connection, humor, and adaptability in a world fraught with chaos. It reminds us that even amidst the apocalypse, the bonds we forge and the laughter we share illuminate the darkness, offering hope for a brighter future. Through its clever writing, engaging performances, and thematic richness, the film stands as both a tribute to the original and a remarkable continuation of the Zombieland legacy. We will examine the film's plot intricacies, profound themes, character development arcs, production insights, and how the film was received both critically and by audiences. Plot summary: set a decade after the events of the original film, Zombieland, Double Tap follows the main characters, Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, as they navigate a changed America overwhelmed by zombies. The narrative kicks off with an exploration of their established family-like bond, infused with comedic anecdotes about their survival in the zombie apocalypse, punctuated by Columbus' trademark survival rules. The crux of the plot hinges on Little Rock's desire to break free and seek companionship, prompting her to leave the group for a potential romance with a fellow survivor. This decision, viewed as both a coming-of-age move and an act of rebellion, creates friction among the characters, particularly between her and Wichita. As the narrative unfolds, the group faces new threats posed by evolved zombies, showcasing that the danger they face is not just external, but also internal, stemming from their unresolved emotional conflicts. Character dynamics: the sequel deeply explores character dynamics, showcasing growth and the complexities of relationships amid chaos. Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg. Columbus continues as the neurotic, rule-bound survivor, serving as the narrative's voice. His development is marked by a journey towards emotional maturity, particularly in his relationship with Wichita. Initially hesitant, Columbus learns to confront his fears of intimacy, illustrating how personal growth resembles survival in a chaotic world. Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson. Tallahassee's rugged demeanor is balanced by his deeper emotionality. His paternal instincts toward Little Rock resurface as he grapples with her desire for independence. His journey reflects the challenges of masculinity and the importance of emotional connections, highlighting how vulnerability can coexist with strength. Wichita, Emma Stone. Representing both independence and loyalty, Wichita grapples with her protective instincts towards Little Rock while seeking stability in her relationship with Columbus. Her arc evolves as she learns to balance love and independence, underscoring the theme of trust and the complexities of familial bonds. Little Rock, Abigail Breslin. Little Rock's quest for autonomy and her initial rebellion against the group's protective dynamics are emblematic of the transition from adolescence to adulthood. This journey is not just about seeking a romantic connection but also about defining personal identity in a world where survival often overshadows individuality. Madison, Zoe Deutsch. As a new character, Madison introduces a contrasting perspective. She embodies a carefree attitude, which highlights the absurdities of surviving in a zombie apocalypse. Her naivety and over-the-top optimism serve as a foil to the established characters, presenting new challenges and dynamics that further complicate the relationships within the group. Albuquerque, Luke Wilson, and Flagstaff, Thomas Middleditch, create additional layers in the film's exploration of identity. Their inflated personas and self-assurance serve as both a source of amusement and a means for Columbus and Tallahassee to reassess their own identities and relationships. Thematic exploration. Zombieland, Double Tap delves into multifaceted themes that resonate with viewers. Family and loyalty. Central to the film is the concept of family. The dynamics among the main characters reflect the idea of chosen family as they navigate personal conflicts while confronting external threats. The film suggests that true familial relationships are not just defined by blood but are built through shared experiences and emotional bonds. Independence and personal growth. The journey towards independence is explored through Little Rock's character, emphasizing the challenges inherent in seeking autonomy within a group context. The film addresses the delicate balance of vulnerability and strength, showcasing how personal growth often involves letting go of control, confronting change. The evolved zombies symbolize the changes each character undergoes throughout the film. Just as the zombies adapt, the characters must confront their own transformations and reconcile their pasts with their present realities. This theme serves as a metaphor for the inevitability of change in life. Survival through humor. The film heavily relies on humor as a coping mechanism in a bleak landscape. By blending comedic elements into moments of tension, Zombieland, Double Tap highlights how humor can offer relief amid chaos. Characters use laughter not only to deal with their circumstances but also to strengthen their bonds, suggesting that humor is a vital part of survival. Behind-the-scenes insights. The success of Zombieland, Double Tap is attributed to the collaborative efforts of its cast and crew. Director Ruben Fleischer and writers Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese worked to maintain the original film's spirit while expanding the narrative in fresh directions. Their return allowed for continuity in tone and character development. Filming primarily in Atlanta, Georgia, the production team focused on a combination of practical effects and CGI to create the evolved zombies, ensuring they were both believable and monstrous. The decision to incorporate real locations added authenticity to the film's post-apocalyptic backdrop, enhancing the immersion for viewers. The soundtrack features a carefully curated selection of songs that enhance key moments in the film, providing an emotional undercurrent that complements the action and humor. The music choices aim to evoke nostalgia while simultaneously aligning with the themes of growth and change inherent in the storyline. Critical and audience reception. Upon release, Zombieland, Double Tap received mixed to positive reviews from critics. Rotten Tomatoes indicated a divided sentiment, where while some praised the humor and character dynamics, others critiqued the predictability of the plot. Critics noted that while the film succeeded in delivering laughs and nostalgia, it often relied on familiar tropes associated with sequels. Conversely, audience reception leaned more favorably, particularly among fans of the original film. Many appreciated the return to familiar characters and the blend of humor and action. Viewers resonated with the exploration of emotional depth within relationships, recognizing the film's exploration of growth amid chaos as relatable and poignant. Box office performance reflected this mixed reception. While it performed decently, it did not achieve the blockbuster status of its predecessor, which had become a cult classic over the decade. However, its success underscored the enduring appeal of the characters and the narrative style established in the original. Conclusion. Zombieland, Double Tap serves as both a continuation and evolution of the beloved franchise, maintaining the humor and heart that captured audiences a decade earlier. Through its engaging narrative and character dynamics, the film illustrates the complexities of relationships in a chaotic world while exploring themes of independence, loyalty, and personal growth. As audiences journey through a post-apocalyptic landscape filled with zombies, they are invited to reflect on the importance of community, resilience, and the necessity of laughter in times of crisis. The film ultimately showcases that even in the most dire situations, connections with others remain vital, reminding viewers that even amid the chaos of the zombie apocalypse, the bonds we forge can guide us towards survival and personal transformation. Nearly a decade after the original, the film attempts to marry nostalgia with contemporary themes, presenting not only a unique story filled with humor and action but also an exploration of family, identity, and the wisdom of surviving in a chaotic world. This essay delves deep into various elements of the film, including its plot structure, character development, cinematography, and its broader cultural implications, while ensuring that it does not repeat previous discussions. Plot summary and structure. 1. Setting the stage, the evolution of the world. The film opens in a world where our protagonists have not only adapted to surviving in a post-apocalyptic landscape filled with zombies but have also built a life together. Columbus, Tallahassee, and Wichita have paired off, while Little Rock grapples with the conflicting desire for independence. This dynamic sets up the core conflict. While they are comfortable within their makeshift family, each character yearns for something more, leading to pivotal decisions that drive the plot forward. Point 2. Inciting incident. The rise of tensions. The turning point occurs when Little Rock feels stifled by her paternal relationship with Tallahassee and decides to seek freedom by leaving the group. Her departure is not merely a plot device but a catalyst for each character's internal journey. It compels Columbus and Tallahassee to confront their feelings of loss and insecurity, pressing them into a frantic mission to retrieve her. This central quest echoes traditional adventure narratives while infusing it with the unique flavor of a zombie apocalypse. Point 3. Climax and resolution. Uniting against common threats. As the film progresses, Columbus, Tallahassee, and Wichita encounter a new breed of zombies and fresh characters, including the self-proclaimed Tallahassee, a character introduced during their journey. The climax is marked by a series of action-packed sequences where each character must confront their personal challenges, ultimately leading to a resolution characterized by mutual understanding and a reaffirmation of familial bonds. Character development, arcs and interactions. 1. Tallahassee, the comedic protector. Woody Harrelson's portrayal of Tallahassee embodies the spirit of comedic relief with dramatic depth. At first glance, Tallahassee appears to be the archetypical macho hero, always ready to tackle zombies with style. However, his character arc reveals layers of vulnerability stemming from his fear of losing his surrogate daughter, Little Rock. Fatherhood and growth. Tallahassee's paternal instincts conflict with his rugged persona, showcasing humor interlaced with sincerity. He struggles to adapt to the idea of losing someone he has grown to care for, allowing for unexpected moments of emotional resonance. Point 2. Columbus, the anxious everyman. Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus serves as the audience's lens into the chaos. His witty monologues and overanalysis of scenarios lend a relatable touch. The character's journey through anxiety and fear of commitment is a central theme. Evolution through challenges. Columbus's growth culminates in a moment of bravery that involves confronting not just the zombies but his hesitation to fully embrace his relationship with Wichita. His proactive choices reflect a maturation process that resonates with the audience on multiple levels. Point 3. Wichita, the strong yet vulnerable heroine. Emma Stone's Wichita combines strength and emotional complexity, embodying the tension between independence and the need for connection. Throughout the film, she wrestles with the uncertainty of love and safety, internal conflicts and resolution. Wichita's hesitation to fully commit to Columbus highlights the fear that accompanies vulnerability. Yet, by the film's conclusion, her acceptance of love represents a crucial turning point, symbolizing personal growth through shared experience. Point 4. Little Rock, defining independence. Abigail Breslin's Little Rock undergoes the most significant transformation in Double Tap. As a character seeking autonomy, her relationship with Berkeley serves as both a source of conflict and growth. Generational struggle. Little Rock's journey reflects a universal coming-of-age story, exploring themes of self-discovery and the tension of balancing adolescence with familial responsibilities. Her realization about the value of community emphasizes the core message that relationships enrich life in ways that solitude cannot. Cinematic techniques, visual storytelling and genre play. 1. Visual aesthetics, a playful palette. The film distinguishes itself through its vibrant visual style, combining bright colors and kinetic camera movements to create an engaging experience. Cinematographer Michael Bonvillain crafts action sequences that interlace humor with tension, maintaining audience engagement throughout. Innovative action sequences. The film employs a mix of slow-motion shots and rapid cuts, highlighting both the absurdity and deadly seriousness of encounters with zombies, pushing the boundaries of traditional action sequences and utilizing stylistic flair. Point 2. Meta-humor and self-awareness. Zombieland, Double Tap plays deftly with genre conventions, often breaking the fourth wall to reference popular culture in previous zombie films. This self-awareness enhances the comic elements, allowing the audience to engage with the narrative on a meta level, parodying zombie tropes through the character's commentary on the evolution of zombie threats. The film cleverly critiques both its genre and societal expectations. This not only adds humor but also provokes thought about the nature of resilience and survival tropes prevalent in popular culture. Thematic exploration, resilience, identity, and human connection. 1. Redefining resilience in a chaotic world. Central to the film's exploration is the notion that true resilience lies not solely in physical survival but in the emotional connections we foster. The characters' intertwined fates underline the significance of these relationships in helping them navigate their difficulties. Community and strength. The protagonists realize that community and love can help mitigate the loneliness of survival. This theme resonates powerfully in today's context, a world increasingly marked by isolation. Point 2. A journey of self-discovery. Each character's journey serves as a metaphor for self-discovery. As they face various conflicts, both external, zombies, and internal, relationship dynamics, they arrive at a deeper understanding of themselves and one another's growth through adversity. The acts of choosing family over solitude, embracing love, and confronting fears portray a broader commentary on the journey of life. The film champions a message that resonates universally. The path to self-discovery is often found through the relationships we build along the way. Cultural commentary, relevance in modern society. Zombieland, Double Tap also functions as a piece of cultural commentary, exploring anxieties surrounding modern relationships and societal expectations in an increasingly tumultuous world. The film addresses themes of attachment, fear of abandonment, and the profound need for connection in contexts where societal structures have crumbled. Point 1. The absurdity of modern life. By presenting a world where the shadows of traditional society loom large, the film allows for a satirical examination of the absurdities inherent in contemporary living. The quest for normalcy in an unprecedented time acts as a mirror, reflecting the current societal challenges many face. Point 2. Challenges of intimacy in a disconnected age. The central conflicts stemming from the characters' relationships speak to a broader commentary on intimacy in today's world. The struggles they endure can mirror those faced by individuals in the modern age, where the balance between connection and independence remains a tenuous negotiation. Conclusion: celebrating humanity in the face of adversity. In conclusion, Zombieland, Double Tap is a celebration of the human spirit amid chaos, merging humor with heartfelt exploration of relationships. Through the lens of zombie fiction, it investigates deeper themes of identity, love, and community in a world perturbed by external chaos. The film stands as a testament to the idea that even in the bleakest circumstances, the bonds we form with others can lead us to navigate the complexities of existence. It reinforces that while the zombie apocalypse may pose outside threats, it is the internal struggles, the need for connection and love, that ultimately define our humanity. By leveraging comedy and action, Zombieland, Double Tap invites audiences to reflect on their relationships and the importance of embracing vulnerability, love, and laughter as we collectively navigate the absurdity of life. As Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock traverse the challenges thrown their way, they remind us that the journey of life, no matter how dire, can be enriched by companionship and resilience. Thus, the film directly encourages viewers to maintain their humanity even in the most turbulent of times, reinforcing that our shared experiences define us more than our individual survival. The film blends comedy, horror, and character arcs in a unique way that is both entertaining and reflective. With its sharp wit, engaging storytelling, and memorable characters, Double Tap examines themes of family, evolution, and the absurdity inherent in survival during a zombie apocalypse. Synopsis and story progression. Set a decade after the events of the original film, the sequel reunites the characters who have adapted to their new lives in a post-apocalyptic world. The story's central premise revolves around their attempts to maintain their makeshift family unit while navigating the perilous landscape of the zombie-infested United States. The new status quo. Initially, Tallahassee, Columbus, Wichita, and Little Rock have found relative peace and stability living in the White House. This location serves as a physical manifestation of their status, both a fortress from the external dangers and a symbol of their unique family dynamic. However, as the film progresses, it becomes clear that the safety they've established is fragile. The film kicks off with a series of comedic and action-packed sequences that reintroduce each character's personality while showcasing their collective evolution. Columbus's narration, a hallmark of the franchise, resumes as he reflects on the rules of surviving in the New World Order, thus providing a framework for the audience to understand the ground rules of not just surviving the zombies but living with one another. Conflict arises. The inciting incident occurs when Little Rock, feeling stifled in her current setup and desiring independence, leaves the group in search of a life outside the confines of zombie survival. This decision acts as the main driver of the narrative, propelling Tallahassee, Columbus, and Wichita on a rescue mission. The tension between the need for independence and the instinct to protect loved ones lies at the heart of their journey. Character dynamics and development. One of the film's strengths lies in its character development and the interplay between the main cast and the new characters introduced throughout the film. Tallahassee. Woody Harrelson's Tallahassee stands as a testament to the relentless spirit of survival. While he embodies the archetypal tough guy, his character is rich with nuance. The film explores his relationship with Little Rock, revealing a paternal side that contrasts with his usual bravado. His obsession with zombie extermination becomes less about the thrill of the kill and more about protecting those he cares for, showing depth and vulnerability in a world that is brutal and fractious. Jesse Eisenberg's Columbus navigates his transformation from a neurotic survivor to a more assertive and competent leader. His relationship with Wichita is central to his character development. He grapples with the fears of commitment and emotional exposure. As they face challenges together, both characters discover the necessity of trust and understanding within their complicated romantic connection. Columbus's internal growth allows him to embrace vulnerability, highlighting a significant evolution from the anxious teenager he once was. Wichita, portrayed by Emma Stone, continues to be fiercely independent yet displays emotional depth throughout the film. She grapples with her protective instincts toward Little Rock and her desire for personal freedom. The film emphasizes her struggle to balance these conflicting motives, illustrating how personal growth often necessitates sacrifice. Wichita's journey reinforces themes of loyalty and the complexities of familial bonds forged in adversity. Little Rock Abigail Breslin's Little Rock embodies the transition from adolescence into adulthood. Her journey towards independence signifies a quest for self-identity, compelling her to venture out and seek companionship beyond the established family unit. This search leads her to Berkeley, a character who contrasts sharply with the rugged survival tactics of the original group. Little Rock's relationship with him explores themes of youthful idealism versus seasoned pragmatism, further enhancing her character development. The new characters, Madison and Nevada. The introduction of Madison, Zoe Deutsch, injects fresh comedic energy into the film. Initially presented as a stereotypical dumb blonde, her character reveals unforeseen depths, including courage and resourcefulness that push back against the group's preconceived notions. Madison's dynamic with Columbus offers a humorous subplot that contrasts with the more serious themes of love and loyalty explored in the primary relationships. Nevada, played by Rosario Dawson, serves as an equal partner to Tallahassee. Their chemistry adds an exciting dimension to the storyline as Nevada's approach to survival contrasts with Tallahassee's brute force. This partnership symbolizes the importance of collaboration between different perspectives, enriching the narrative with diversity. Thematic depth. Zombieland, Double Tap is rich in thematic exploration, inviting viewers to engage with complex ideas woven throughout its comedic narrative. The nature of family at its core, the film examines the multifaceted nature of family. The characters redefine what family means in a world where traditional structures have been dismantled. The combination of biological relationships and chosen connections creates a tapestry illustrating that love and loyalty can flourish amidst chaos. By placing emphasis on personal relationships, the sequel transcends the zombie genre, presenting a relatable commentary on modern life and the bonds that persist when faced with adversity. Adapting to change. The concept of evolution, both in the world of zombies and within individual characters, serves as a significant theme throughout the film. The undead have adapted to become more formidable threats, suggesting that complacency in survival can lead to dire consequences. This metaphorical evolution reflects the characters' growth and adaptability. They must recognize and embrace change to effectively navigate their world. Humor as a survival mechanism. The film skillfully employs humor to offset the horrors of its setting. The absurdity of situations encountered by the characters often manifests as comedic relief, allowing the audience to cope with the weighty themes being explored. This comedic approach characterizes human resilience, showcasing how laughter can persist even in the darkest of times. The self-referential humor, particularly through Columbus's rules for survival, underscores the film's meta-commentary on the zombie genre, inviting viewers to reflect on familiar tropes while simultaneously engaging in a thrilling narrative of cinematic techniques and aesthetic choices. Zombieland, Double Tap employs various cinematic techniques that enhance storytelling and viewer engagement. The film's vibrant color palette reflects its humor and absurdity, contrasting sharply with the grim elements of a post-apocalyptic landscape. Action and visual style. Action sequences are artfully choreographed with a blend of slow motion and dynamic cinematography, capturing the intensity of confrontations while seamlessly integrating comedic timing. The dynamic editing style enhances the fast-paced nature of the film, ensuring that each joke and action sequence hits its mark. Music and sound design. The film's soundtrack is integral to its tonal breadth, featuring a mix of rock classics and contemporary hits that resonate with the characters' emotional arcs. The sound design effectively enhances moments of tension and levity, creating an immersive experience for the audience. The use of music during key scenes reinforces both comedic and dramatic moments, allowing the film to strike a balance between fear and fun. Reception and legacy. Upon its release, Zombieland: Double Tap received a variety of responses from audiences and critics alike. The film was praised for its strong performances, particularly the chemistry between returning cast members and new additions. Many viewers found the sequel to be a fitting continuation of the original's legacy, retaining its signature humor while expanding upon character arcs. Despite some criticism regarding predictability and reliance on established tropes, the film's overall message and character development resonated positively with audiences. The sequel's box office performance underscored its relevance in modern cinematic discourse, confirming that the Zombieland franchise remains a beloved staple in horror comedy. Conclusion: Zombieland: Double Tap stands as a testament to the successful revitalization of a franchise, seamlessly blending humor, adventure, and poignant themes to create an engaging viewing experience. Through its character-driven narrative, the film invites audiences to reflect on the importance of connection, the challenges of independence, and the inevitability of evolution in relationships and survival. Rich in thematic depth, the film explores facets of family that extend beyond traditional norms, portraying the beauty found in chosen bonds. As characters navigate the complexities of their world, the enduring message remains clear: even in the face of adversity, laughter and love pave the way for resilience and hope. The film encapsulates the spirit of survival, friendship, and adaptability, assuring audiences that even in a zombie-infested landscape, the joy of human connection can shine brightly amid the darkness. Through its engaging performances, comedic flair, and meaningful storytelling, Zombieland: Double Tap re-establishes its place in the pop culture pantheon, demonstrating that the heart of survival lies in our relationships with one another. This article endeavors to provide an exhaustive exploration of the film's narrative, the complexities of its characters, thematic elements, behind-the-scenes insights, and the reception it garnered from both critics and audiences. Narrative overview: Zombieland: Double Tap begins by reacquainting viewers with the familiar landscape of a zombie-infested America, while also establishing the emotional and relational development of the main characters. Set 10 years after the events of the original film, the narrative underscores how the characters have formed a makeshift family unit, navigating their survival strategies and evolving their collective identity. The plot is set in motion as Little Rock expresses her desire for independence, leading to her decision to seek companionship in a romantic partner outside of the established group. This pivotal moment propels the narrative forward, exploring the challenges of loyalty versus the quest for personal autonomy. The film's structure weaves episodic action sequences into character-focused moments, illustrating that survival entails not just battling zombie foes, but also navigating interpersonal conflicts. Character analysis: the film richly develops each of its main characters, allowing for both humorous and poignant moments that signify their respective journeys. Columbus: Jesse Eisenberg. Columbus remains the neurotic and introspective protagonist whose analytical approach to the apocalypse drives much of the story. His journey is characterized by a gradual shift from self-doubt to greater emotional strength, particularly in his relationship with Wichita. His character illustrates the struggle of adapting personal feelings to the chaotic backdrop of their existence, bridging the humorous with the sincere. Tallahassee: Woody Harrelson. Tallahassee's over-the-top bravado masks a deeper emotional core, which is explored as he faces the prospect of letting Little Rock go. His paternal instincts and protective nature highlight the inner conflict he grapples with, a fierce exterior tempered by moments of vulnerability. His character serves as a commentary on masculinity, showing that strength can coexist with sensitivity and emotional depth. Wichita: Emma Stone. Wichita is portrayed as a savvy survivor with her own emotional struggles. As she navigates her relationship with Columbus, she learns to embrace vulnerability, moving away from her protective instincts towards greater trust. Her character's growth reflects the importance of balancing independence with connection, a theme that resonates deeply in the context of both romantic and familial relationships. Little Rock: Abigail Breslin. Little Rock's evolution from a child to a young adult is central to the film's narrative. Her pursuit of independence is both an act of rebellion and a step towards self-discovery. The film thoughtfully examines the nuances of her situation, her desire for romantic love juxtaposed against a need for family support, showcasing the delicate transition from adolescence to adulthood. Madison: Zoe Deutsch. A new addition to the group, Madison brings a fresh perspective with her bubbly personality. Her naive optimism contrasts sharply with the hardened survival instincts of the original characters, serving as a comedic foil. However, her presence also prompts reflections on the absurdity of their circumstances, and ultimately, she challenges the existing dynamics and compels the main characters to confront their own insecurities. Albuquerque, Luke Wilson, and Flagstaff, Thomas Middleditch, function as comedic counterparts to the main group. They mirror the personalities of Columbus and Tallahassee, prompting introspection about identity and survival. Their exaggerated traits highlight the ridiculousness of some human behaviors when faced with life or death situations, thus reinforcing the film's humorous tone. Thematic exploration. Zombieland, Double Tap dives into several significant themes that resonate on multiple levels: survival and humanity. At the heart of the film is the exploration of what it means to survive in a world populated by threats, both external and internal. The characters must grapple with their humanity amid horror, showcasing that true survival often involves embracing emotional connections and navigating the complexities of relationships. Independence versus loyalty. The tension between Little Rock's yearning for independence and the group's need for unity is a central theme. As Little Rock seeks a romantic connection, the film addresses the challenges faced when individual desires clash with collective obligations, raising questions about the nature of loyalty and love. Evolution of threats. The evolved zombies in Zombieland, Double Tap symbolize not only the increasing danger in their world but also the changes each character undergoes. Just as the zombies adapt, the protagonists must evolve, paralleling their emotional and psychological growth with heightened external challenges. Comedy as a survival mechanism. Humor serves as a vital coping strategy throughout the film. The characters often encounter absurd scenarios, using laughter as a means to deflect fear and establish camaraderie. The film posits that humor is essential for resilience, emphasizing that laughter can stave off despair, even in dire circumstances. Navigating relationships. The film intricately details the dynamics of relationships, encompassing romantic love, friendship, and familial bonds. Each character's journey reflects the importance of communication, trust, and emotional support, underscoring that personal connections are crucial in overcoming life's obstacles. Behind-the-scenes insights. The production of Zombieland, Double Tap involved multiple layers of creativity aimed at enhancing the overall experience. Director Ruben Fleischer returned to the helm, reuniting with the original cast and crew to maintain continuity. Writing duo Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese enhanced the screenplay with clever dialogue and character-driven humor while ensuring the essence of the first film remained intact. Filming primarily took place in Atlanta, which provided a variety of settings to visualize the film's apocalypse. The team adeptly used a combination of practical effects and CGI to breathe life into the evolved zombies, emphasizing the importance of these characters in both comedic and horrific contexts. The practical effects adeptly capture the essence of the franchise's humor while still delivering the intended scare elements. The film's soundtrack plays a pivotal role in setting the tone, filled with an eclectic selection of music that emphasizes nostalgia while injecting energy into various scenes. The careful selection of songs connects with viewers on an emotional level, enhancing key moments and tonal shifts throughout the film. Critical and audience reception. Upon its release, Zombieland, Double Tap received a range of responses from critics and audiences alike. Critics provided mixed reviews, with some praising the film's humor and character interactions while critiquing its reliance on familiar formulas and tropes characteristic of sequels. The film garnered moderate scores on various review aggregation sites, indicating a divided perspective on its overall effectiveness. In contrast, audience reception tended to be more positive, particularly among fans of the original film. Viewers appreciated the familiar characters and the blend of humor with deeper emotional themes. The performances of the cast, especially the nuanced portrayals of character growth, received commendation. While it did not achieve the overwhelming commercial success of its predecessor, the sequel found its footing within the niche audience it had cultivated over the years. The film's box office performance also reflected this mixed reception, achieving reasonable success despite not breaking records. Many fans hailed it as a worthy sequel, fondly reminiscing about their favorite moments and character development. Conclusion. Zombieland, Double Tap successfully navigates the complexities of identity, relationships, and survival in a comedic post-apocalyptic setting. By intertwining humor with nuanced character development and thematic depth, the film manages to engage audiences in a manner that resonates with both the absurdity of its premise and the emotional realities faced by its characters. As viewers traverse this wild landscape filled with zombies, they are reminded of the importance of companionship, the value of laughter in dire situations, and the inevitability of personal growth. The sequel reinforces that even in the midst of chaos, the bonds we create with others can provide not only strength but also an essential lifeline. In sum, Zombieland, Double Tap stands as an exploration of camaraderie and resilience, illustrating that the zombie apocalypse serves as a unique backdrop to delve deeper into the human experience. It invites viewers to reflect on the value of connection and humor in facing adversity, a message that resonates long after the credits roll. The film's ability to balance entertainment with insight solidifies its place as an essential installment in the realm of zombie comedy and a testament to the enduring nature of human relationships against the odds. Infused with a blend of dark humor, action-packed sequences, and poignant moments that explore deeper human connections. In this comprehensive analysis, we will dissect the film's structure, characters, themes, cinematic techniques, and its cultural significance, striving to provide insight without reiterating previously mentioned content, story development, and structure. 1. Expanding the universe, status quo, and characters' lives. From the outset, Zombieland, Double Tap establishes a new status quo. Set in a world where the central characters have formed their makeshift family, the film presents a mix of humor and dark reality as Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, navigate their lives while confronting the various challenges the apocalypse presents. A sense of comfort and camaraderie envelopes their endeavors, highlighting how they have learned to adapt to their surroundings. Family dynamics and functional relationships. The film explores the intricacies of family dynamics in an unusual setting. Columbus and Wichita are in a romantic relationship, while Tallahassee acts as a surrogate father figure for Little Rock. Yet, the tension arises when Little Rock expresses a desire for independence, setting the stage for the film's central conflict. 2. Catalyst for action. The turning point. The inciting incident occurs when Little Rock's thirst for freedom leads her to seek out peers who share her age and interests, prompting her to leave the safety of her established family unit. This moment unravels the delicate balance within the group, showcasing the harsh realities of growing up in a post-apocalyptic world, where traditional familial ties become complicated by the urgency of survival. Driving the narrative forward, the decision acts as the film's primary catalyst, bringing Columbus and Tallahassee back together on a mission to find Little Rock. This quest echoes classic narratives of adventure and offers ample opportunity for character development as the protagonists confront unexpected obstacles, character arcs, growth through encounters. 1. Tallahassee, embracing change and vulnerability. Tallahassee's character, portrayed by Woody Harrelson, embodies the archetype of the rugged hero, a blend of machismo and vulnerability. Although he initially appears unbothered by the repercussions of the apocalypse, his paternal instincts toward Little Rock reveal a deeper emotional core. The journey of acceptance, as giddy humor interweaves with moments of genuine fear of loss, Tallahassee's character develops significantly. His desire to protect Little Rock reflects his internal conflict, revealing he is not simply a one-dimensional badass, but a layered individual navigating the complexities of fatherhood and connection. 2. Columbus, the reluctant hero. Columbus continues to serve as the audience's entry point into this chaotic world through his relatable anxieties and over-analytical nature. Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal reveals a character torn between self-doubt and the desire for agency amid external chaos. Finding courage. Columbus's significant evolution lies in his increasing willingness to take risks, showcasing a departure from the anxious everyman trope. His journey highlights the development of courage born from love, manifesting in various pivotal moments throughout the film. 3. Wichita, a balancing act between independence and intimacy. Emma Stone's Wichita represents the theme of independence within the film. Her fierce exterior masks insecurities rooted in her past and her fears of vulnerability and potential loss. Balancing family and self throughout the film, Wichita wrestles with the complexity of love and responsibility. Her character arc mirrors the struggles many experience when trying to forge connections while maintaining autonomy, reflecting the tension between seeking safety and the ideal of independence. 4. Little Rock, the search for identity and belonging. Abigail Breslin's Little Rock stands at the intersection of adolescence and independence. As she leaves her established family to find a place where she feels she belongs, her character encapsulates the universal adolescent struggle for identity. Embracing growth, the exploration of her character reveals valuable insights about the importance of community versus solitude. In her quest to belong, Little Rock grapples with the implications of what it means to grow up in a world devoid of traditional support systems. Her journey highlights the challenge of balancing youthful aspirations with the reality of survival. Cinematic techniques, crafting the narrative. 1. Combining comedy and action, a distinct visual style. Zombieland, Double Tap employs a distinctive visual style, marked by bright colors and sharp, dynamic camera movements that contribute to the film's energetic tone. Cinematographer Michael Bonvillain crafts scenes that pulsate with life, successfully integrating humor into action-packed moments. Creative action sequences. The film employs innovative techniques during action sequences, utilizing slow-motion shots to amplify tension while merging humor with visceral thrills. These visual choices enhance the storytelling by allowing audiences to appreciate the absurdity of the characters' plight against a backdrop of existential dread. Point 2. Meta-narratives and self-referencing humor. Fleischer's direction incorporates a unique layer of meta-humor, acknowledging the film's place within the larger zombie genre. Through character asides and witty commentary, the film breaks the fourth wall, simultaneously entertaining viewers while engaging with expectations connected to apocalyptic narratives. Subverting genre norms. The film cleverly critiques genre conventions, using character dialogue to address familiar tropes while simultaneously embracing them, positioning characters as aware participants in their narrative, making for a satisfying viewing experience. Thematic dimensions, exploring survival and connection. 1. The redefinition of survival at its core. Zombieland, Double Tap revisits the concept of survival not simply as an act of evasion from zombies but as a complex interplay of emotional resilience and human connection. Building community as a survival strategy, the film posits that genuine connections can be sources of strength and wisdom in a chaotic world. The way characters learn to lean on one another for support illustrates that emotional bonds are integral to thriving, rather than merely surviving. Point 2. Identity exploration and self-knowledge. The characters' journeys underscore the importance of self-discovery within a volatile environment. Each protagonist undergoes a metamorphosis, realizing their potential and asserting their identities against a backdrop of personal fears and societal expectations. Lessons on growth. Their challenges reflect broader struggles faced in contemporary society. Issues of belonging, love, and the balance between independence and interdependence resonate deeply with audiences. The film challenges viewers to reflect on their paths toward self-actualization, cultural significance, and societal reflections. Zombieland, Double Tap acts as a cultural commentary on the modern human experience, grappling with themes of connection and isolation amid a fast-changing and unpredictable world. 1. Examination of isolation in a connected age. The film cleverly addresses issues of social isolation and the complexities of maintaining relationships in an era dominated by technology, amplifying its relevance in contemporary society. Navigating modern relationships, the characters' struggles to forge bonds and find family through shared experiences mirror the often tumultuous dynamics present in modern interactions, urging audiences to consider how critical community is, especially in times of crisis. Point 2. Reflection on humor as a tool for coping in the face of chaotic circumstances. Zombieland, Double Tap reveals that humor can serve as a vital coping mechanism. The film emphasizes laughter as a way to navigate pain, as the characters use comedy to address their fears, thus reinforcing the idea that flexibility in emotions can lead to resilience. Conclusion: embracing the human experience. Zombieland, Double Tap stands out not just as a crowd-pleasing sequel but as a profound examination of human connection, identity, and resilience amid the absurdities of life. By merging laughter with thoughtful exploration of deeper themes, the film provides a poignant reminder that survival is contingent not just on evasion from external threats but also on nurturing the internal bonds that keep us grounded. In celebrating the human spirit, the film affirms the necessity of relationships, encouraging audiences to cherish interpersonal connections even in chaotic environments. As Columbus, Tallahassee, Wichita, and Little Rock navigate their adventures, they illustrate that life's value is intertwined with shared experiences, laughter, and love. Ultimately, Zombieland, Double Tap serves as both a thrilling zombie comedy and a heartfelt narrative about embracing one's humanity, ultimately encouraging viewers to face life's uncertainties together, armed with wit and affection. It reinforces that, while apocalypse and chaos may define a moment, it is the bonds we create and the love we share that define our existence. This article seeks to provide an extensive analysis of the film's narrative structure, character development, thematic intricacies, production choices, and the critical and audience responses it garnered upon release. Narrative structure. Set a full decade after the events of the original film, Zombieland, Double Tap reintroduces audiences to the main characters: Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, Wichita, Emma Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin. The opening sequences illustrate the established family's survival in a world filled with zombies while simultaneously expressing the emotional growth that each character has experienced over the years. The plot kicks into gear when Little Rock expresses her desire for independence, igniting a series of events that send the group on a new adventure. This quest is not only a physical journey filled with action-packed zombie encounters but also an emotional one, as the characters confront their personal relationships and the challenges that often accompany changes in dynamics. The film embraces a cyclical narrative structure where past experiences echo in present actions, underscoring the characters' development and their understanding of the world around them. Columbus' survival rules remain a humorous yet practical backbone, reminding viewers that while surviving a zombie apocalypse is serious business, humor is a vital coping mechanism. Character development. The richness of Zombieland, Double Tap, lies in its character-driven storytelling. Each character undergoes significant development, reflecting the evolving nature of relationships amid an apocalyptic landscape. Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg. Columbus' journey is one of maturation. Initially characterized by his insecurities and neurotic nature, his transformation into a more confident partner for Wichita is a central aspect of his character arc. His struggle with vulnerability and emotional honesty propels the narrative, making his eventual acceptance of love and partnership not only a personal victory but also a reflection of growth within their unconventional family. Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson. Tallahassee's fierce exterior is juxtaposed with an unexpected depth that emerges through his protective instincts toward Little Rock. His character embodies a complex mixture of paternal instincts and an underlying fear of losing those he cares about. As he confronts his feelings of attachment and the prospect of change, Tallahassee challenges the stereotypes of masculinity, demonstrating that emotional connections can coexist with strength and bravado. Wichita, Emma Stone. Wichita's character offers a nuanced look at independence, love, and trust. Moving from a guarded survivor to someone willing to embrace vulnerability, her journey highlights the importance of redefining relationships. Through her romance with Columbus and her conflicting feelings about her sister's independence, Wichita reflects the struggle many face when balancing personal desires with familial loyalties. Little Rock, Abigail Breslin. Little Rock's quest for independence is central to the film's thematic exploration of growing up and personal identity. Her desire for romantic connection and maturity leads to tension within the group, illustrating a universal struggle for autonomy. Through her experiences and interactions with new characters, Little Rock embodies the transition from adolescence to adulthood, emphasizing the tension between yearning for freedom and the comfort of family. Madison, Zoe Deutsch. The introduction of Madison adds a fresh dynamic to the existing relationships. Her naive, carefree nature contrasts sharply with the other characters' hardened personalities, injecting humor into tense situations. As a character, she symbolizes the complexity of new connections. While she initially seems frivolous, her genuine affection for Tallahassee and the existing group adds depth to the narrative, encouraging exploration of what it means to bond in challenging circumstances. Albuquerque, Luke Wilson, and Flagstaff, Thomas Middleditch. These newly introduced characters offer not only comic relief but also a mirror to the main group. Their exaggerated likenesses to Columbus and Tallahassee encourage the original characters to reevaluate their identities and the choices they make in the face of adversity. Thematic exploration. Zombieland, Double Tap, delves into several profound themes that elevate it beyond a typical zombie comedy. Family dynamics and relationships. At its core, the film explores the nature of family. The primary group, despite being non-traditional, showcases the bonds formed through shared experiences. As tensions arise when Little Rock seeks autonomy, the film raises questions about what constitutes family and the importance of trust within those relationships. Individuality versus community. The struggle for personal identity while being part of a collective is a recurring theme. The characters must navigate their desires for independence while maintaining their roles in the group. The film illustrates how the journey towards self-discovery can be fraught with challenges when interpersonal dynamics are at play. Evolution of threats. The film emphasizes that danger evolves, both in terms of the external environment, represented by the increasingly formidable zombies, and in the characters themselves. Just as zombies adapt, the protagonists must embrace their growth, suggesting that change is not only inevitable but essential for survival. Humor as a coping mechanism. The humor in Zombieland, Double Tap, serves as a critical lifeline, allowing the characters to confront their fears and absurdities of survival. The comedic tone contrasts the horror elements, reinforcing the idea that laughter and camaraderie are vital for resilience in the face of dire circumstances. Coming of age. Both Little Rock's storyline and the dynamics within the group highlight the process of growing up. The film captures the essence of transitional phases in life, illustrating that maturation often involves navigating complex emotions and making choices that define one's identity. Behind the scenes insights. The successful execution of Zombieland, Double Tap, can be attributed to the collaborative efforts of its cast and crew. Director Ruben Fleischer, alongside writers Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, returned to expand upon the unique blend of comedy and horror established in the original film. Their chemistry and understanding of the source material facilitated a seamless transition between the two movies, principally filmed in Atlanta. Thank you for watching today's video. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more. We really appreciate your support.